Did you know that Case and Huff and Schleter has been servicing customers in the tri-state area for nearly 100 years? As an independent insurance agency, they have the flexibility to find the right value for your business, farm, and personal insurance needs. Case and Huff and Schleter is a locally owned agency. Their agents and support team are ready to help. Give them a call or find them on Facebook. Case and Huff and Schleter, proud sponsor of the Muddy River News Business Spotlight. Welcome to the Muddy River News Business Spotlight, brought to you by Case and Huff and Schleter Insurance. My guests today, Andy and Karen Sprague with the Kinderhook Lodge down near Barry. Welcome.
Thank you.
Very excited to have you. You guys always like to talk to entrepreneurs who are doing new and different and creative things, and you guys are certainly no exception. Talk a little bit about how you decided to get into this particular business.
Well, I started the business back in 2001. I wanted to come back from working for the University of Illinois Foundation to help my dad with the farming operation. The whitetail deer hunting was really taking off, and we had a gentleman that wanted to do outfitting but didn't want to do food and lodging, and we had a farmhouse that needed a little bit of remodeling, 6 months of TLC or a bulldozer, frankly, and I chose to give it a remodel and an expansion and started a lodge in fall of 2001.
And Karen, you've obviously you guys do this all together. When he said, "Hey, I want to do this," what was your reaction?
Well, actually, we weren't married back then.
Really?
We didn't know each other back then.
Wow, okay.
We've only been married for a little over a year.
Oh, okay.
And I moved to the area about 7 years ago.
Right.
With my late husband's job.
Okay.
And we met a couple of years ago and have just celebrated our first anniversary.
Well, congratulations. That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
So you knew what you were getting into then.
Absolutely.
He's got a great instinct for hospitality and has a master's degree in things that fit right into the type of business that we are operating together now.
With what you're doing, I mean, Pike County, obviously, we are here in the deer hunting capital of the world, and I assume that's your busiest time, but you're probably pretty active year-round.
Well, it started out that way. Without that initial audience of the deer hunters, I'm not sure I could have justified taking such a leap of faith into hospitality and in rural Kinderhook. But we started out with one building with 7 bedrooms, and we now have 3 buildings with 21 bedrooms. So the hunting is still a big part of what we do, but it's in a relatively small window of the year. That mid-October through mid-December is 95% of the hunting that we do, and we've developed the off-season, the other 10 months of the year, into a wide variety of different events, specifically quilting retreats, scrapbooking retreats, faith-based retreats, leadership development retreats. We will do individual bed and breakfast, but really our main niche is the groups, because it fits so well.
What's your typical what's your typical client then?
Well, a typical client ranges widely, because we do, like I said, if you think about the hunting season, it's almost all men, but we have such a nice facility, if we don't want to brag a little bit, that a lot of spouses like to join their husbands, even if they're not hunters. Maybe they come for just a week or a short week of vacation. But the rest of the year we're doing, just like I said, a wide variety of clientele. We do family reunions. We've got 1 acre and a 5 acre fishing pond lake combination. So we really have a wide variety of customers.
And they don't, once they get there, they don't have to leave because you guys provide pretty much everything, right?
Yes, we do. 3 meals a day.
And is that, Karen, when you're looking at putting together groups, how do you, and they say, okay, we're going to be here for 3 days. Do you sit down with them and say, okay, these are your options, this is what you're going to look at, what you're going to have to eat, all that kind of stuff then?
Pretty much, and a lot of that comes on their reputation. We have the best employees in Pike County. I can say that online, and I mean it. We have some great people in our kitchen that provide the most comforting meals. Just, they're excellent at it. And so we're very, very blessed to be able to provide that. So usually our breakfast can include anything from, your cold, regular, expanded continental breakfast, but also yummy casseroles and quiche and things like that. They were making some cinnamon rolls today in there.
We live on site. We
Sure.
came downstairs early this morning to wake up to 24 giant cinnamon rolls waiting for us, and
There's worse ways to
we're
wake
both
up.
trying to watch our extra pounds. So
Are
it's
we
not
all?
easy.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that sounds fantastic. So what's your largest size group that you can accommodate?
I would say the wedding weekends. We do destination wedding weekends where a couple will have our facility, usually the entire campus, for a 48-hour period. And we've had up to 60 for those wedding weekends. That may have had some single groomsmen on a couch or something like that. But we've got 40 beds, so it's not, you don't have to get too creative to have a pretty good sized crowd.
And doing this, though, it's not, you're not like a standard hotel, obviously. You guys are, this is a special place to come to. It's a special place to, like you said, for a retreat, to kick back and unwind. And, you know, it's very, you know, being involved with, you know, a company like I am, with a small group of people just trying to work together to you know, to make a good product and things. You want to sit there and say, okay, but there are times you just, hey, we need to get away. The phones can't ring. We have to sit here and focus on how do we have a better year, or how do we make our product better. It's a great opportunity to do that at your place, isn't it?
It is.
Absolutely. Our views is one of our best commodities as well. We're in very picturesque area of Pike County, and when you're in some of our rooms, you see water and you see deer and you see just nature at its best. That's some of our
The Mississippi River bluffs. We're in a big valley there, so the scene is very different than maybe what you typically get in the Midwest. So I think that's one of our nice attributes.
And when you and again, like I said, once they get there, they don't have to go anywhere. I know. And if they say, okay, we want to have our group together, and these are the, you know, this is the food we want, or these are the cocktails we want, or whatever, you guys take care of all that, right?
We don't serve alcohol.
Oh, okay.
We do allow it to be brought in,
Okay.
you know, on a case-by-case basis.
Sure.
But, you know, people enjoy the history of our region. You know, Pike County is rich in history. People love to go to Pittsfield and shop the square. They love to come to Quincy to do maybe the tour, the home tours. And, of course, historic Hannibal is just 15 miles west of our facility. So we get quite a few groups that want to do kind of a regional. We've had groups of Mormons that were a little bit far out for them, but you know, it's not it's an easy hour-plus drive up to Nauvoo, so it's just a nice central location. Even Springfield, we'll get Lincoln enthusiasts, and New Philadelphia, the historic site there in rural Barry.
And you know, that's it's very true when you talk about the history of our region. And you know, I think there would be no better way to celebrate that. Okay, you're going to go to a place that this land, so the people, the great grandfathers or great great grandfathers of people who walked on this land or traversed this area, whether it maybe a Stephen Douglas or somebody like that. You know, it's always kind of cool to let people know, hey, we really have a lot to offer over here. And again, you know, I was born in Hannibal, so I'm a Mark Twain sucker. So I would always just want to tell them, hey, just head on over there and check out the Boyhood Home and all the other cool stuff there. So, over the last couple of years, obviously you've been doing this a long time. How has the pandemic impacted you?
Well, the pandemic was a mixed bag. We were falling in love, so we had all kinds of time in 2020 to date, and the kids, you know, we could have them in one building and I was in the other with, you know, mom downstairs, and we just kind of made the best of it. It was economically hard to be forced to be closed when most of our clients would have probably still been coming if there hadn't been the
shutdowns,
right,
the shutdowns.
Yeah.
So, but they came back quickly.
Yes.
You know, I mean, really after we kind of opened back up at the end of May, we were running at 75% capacity, I would say, for most of the rest of the year. So it really, some costs are fixed, but if you don't have labor or food purchases for a time, you know, that kind of helped out a little bit, taking the sting away.
I think one of the best things for me as people started to return was they would walk in and just, oh, this is my happy place.
Yeah.
This is where I want to be. People that come to us for that respite from the world, it's beautiful to see the look on their face. And we've kind of been using some R words around the business lately. We provide renewal, rest, relaxation, rejuvenation, restoration to people that are tired, you know, of everything that's going on in the nation.
Well,
So-
that's very true,
And
because
outside of the nation.
it's been an exhausting 2 years. That's for sure.
It has.
And I think anytime anytime somebody can just step away. I know my wife and I, my wife especially, makes me a big proponent of Friday at 5 o'clock. Give me your phone, and I let my coworkers and the people I know say, hey, I'm next 48 hours. You guys take care of it. I'm off the grid. Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's that is a great way to do it. I guess maybe another way to do it is if you don't have great cell phone reception out, down somewhere in Pike County or something. That's another good way to make that happen. But
Well, so far, if you've had Verizon, you're probably in that category.
yeah, I'm an AT&T guy,
Struggling.
so.
It's getting better.
Well, I tell you what, I think so as the location, to kind of tell people, okay, what's the easy way, to the back of the napkin way to get to Kinderhook Lodge?
Sure, we're located 1.5 miles east of Kinderhook on Highway 106. So exit 10 and exit 20 off of I-72. We're right in between. So if you're coming from the east, you exit at Barry, and we're just 5 miles from Barry on the Highway 106. And then you can exit at Hull and go 5 miles east, and you're at the lodge. So when you mentioned the history, the lodge is actually located on Old Pikes Peak's Ocean to Ocean Highway, and that was the first federally maintained route from East Coast to West Coast. And we don't have proof that Lincoln slept here or anything like that, but the original house was built in the early 1850s, and he surely would have passed by there as part of his earlier law career. And so that's just kind of an interesting little history tidbit.
Well, I think that's great, and I think the fact that again, offering this piece of history and again, just a very relaxing setting. You also have a website, KinderhookLodge.com, that you said is under renovation.
It is.
So,
That's an exciting time.
Yeah, and but like I say, I assume is that the best way to check availability and to book a room and that sort of thing? Then
it is. We're a little bit mom and pop still, and hope we keep that personal touch. So the best way is to give us a call, and we can work most any scenario into our calendar if we have that ability to visit with people and see exactly what they're needing and desiring on lodging and food needs.
But if you want November, book quick, right?
Yes.
For 23, yes.
For 23.
For 23, yeah, okay, yeah, 22, so yeah, I completely get it, because I'm sure the people who were just there a couple months ago are like, hey, put me down for next year, I'm back.
We're blessed with an amazing return business, so we have a lot of dates already booked a year out. We can allow our groups that are here this weekend keep that weekend if they desire to, and most of the time they're doing that, so that's really been a nice nod to we're doing something right, and giving them that sense of retreat and relaxation.
Well, you certainly are, because this area, this country, for the most part, is really built on small businesses like yourselves, and the more people who just are entrepreneurs and who are able to make this sort of thing happen, and it's a really great thing. And again, the area is beautiful. Again, it's just the river. We are called Muddy River News, and our logo's got the two rivers, the Illinois and the Mississippi, on it, because we know that area right in between there is right smack dab in the middle where you guys are, and it's just absolutely, the whole valley and everything in there is just beautiful. And you hit the Mississippi River bluff, and then you go across the bridge there just to the east of Pittsfield, and then that beautiful view of the Illinois River Valley. So it's when people are on their way to see you guys, they're seeing some great sights, and then once they get to your place, it's more the same for however long as they want to stay. So all right. Well, Andy and Karen, we really appreciate your time again. It's Kinderhook Lodge, KinderhookLodge.com, if you want to check them out and maybe spend a few days there. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Representing nearly 20 A-rated insurance providers, Case and Huff and Schleter caters to most any type of insurance. Business, farm, home, auto, and health for nearly 100 years. Their team of experienced professionals is second to none in providing coverage for your insurance needs. Case and Huff and Schleter will find the most cost-effective solution to your business challenges, and with their experienced agents, they know how to navigate the insurance markets. 100 years, an agency built on service, no matter what side of the river you call home. Give them a call today or find them on Facebook. Case and Huff and Schleter, peace of mind since 1923.